This video is brought to you by Loot Crate. Head today to lootcrate.com/reviewtechusa and enter the code RTU to save 10% on any subscription plan. Skip it up and that up. So here we fucking go again. So if you weren't sick yet of the definitive remastered deluxe ultimate editions where they re-released the same game they had a year ago for the next gen consoles, they're doing it again. Actually, Square Enix is doing it again with Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. It's coming out October 10th for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. They tuned the gameplay, added to the ambience of Hong Kong, increased audio fidelity, and pushed the visuals further than they could on the previous generation of consoles. Look, as much as I actually like, yes, you heard me right, I think I'm going to make a video on it today, as much as I actually like The Last of Us Remastered, I think it's a huge difference from the original Last of Us game. I love how the 60 frames per second, the visuals were really overhauled. I think that was a good choice to remaster a game, because like I said too, a lot of people have the PS4 that didn't have the PlayStation 3 and couldn't play The Last of Us, so that's an exception to the rule. But this whole remastered shit has to stop. I still stand by my Tomb Raider Fraud Edition video where they came out with a definitive edition less than a year later for the PS4 and Xbox One, and all of the other countless remastered definitive editions. A lot of those games, there's a couple exceptions, but most of those games I think are cash grabs. I'm sorry. Why is this happening all of a sudden too? What's funny to me is, why didn't this happen the previous generation when we went from the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox to the Xbox 360 and PS3, where it was more so needed more than ever? I mean, yeah, they made, like, you know, remasters of Devil May Cry and stuff like that, but now it seems like every game is getting quote-unquote remastered, when back then you went from standard definition consoles to HD or quote-unquote HD consoles, or HD capable consoles I should say. A lot of the games on the Xbox 360 and PS3 were sub HD, but the Xbox 360 and PS3 were, if you remastered games from the PS2 and Xbox, the original Xbox, it would have been a substantial difference. It would have been way more necessary. Why now all of a sudden, when, yeah, okay, there's going to be differences in visuals, like I said, The Last of Us is actually pretty substantial, but it's not as big of a deal. Like, you know, I was watching the video and it's failing to come to me right now. The guy said, he's like, what are we doing this now for? So we can make the games HDer? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a cash grab. What's happening is, it's tougher because these games cost so much to make. It's tougher to make a profit, and they're just putting a new coat of paint on so they can actually make back for all the research and development and time it costs to make these games. That's what it is. The games are more expensive and they got to find more ways to make money. And, you know, yeah, you got to vote with your wallets. I mean, if we complain and still buy all the games, I won't be buying this one. I mean, the Metro Redux I may buy. I think getting both of those games, quote-unquote, remastered, as I bang my hand against the table, that's actually a pretty good deal. Okay, that's another exception. But a lot of these, man, they got to stop. They got to stop with this remastered crap. Just move on and stop trying to make the consumer double dip. That's what you're doing. You're trying to make them buy the same game twice. That's the bottom line. All right, folks, I'm going to read the comments, especially with this video. Leave your thoughts on remasters, redux, definitive editions. Do you despise all of them, or are you in the camp like me where some of them are okay, but most of them piss you off? Do you think that some remastered, redux, whatever you want to call them, are worthwhile, or do you despise every re-released game that's out there? Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and as always, thank you for supporting my channel. Have a good one. The preceding video was brought to you by Big Cheese's YouTube channel. For gameplay reviews, gaming music, and vlogs, subscribe to Big Cheese VG. Link below in the description.